So you have an XJ or an MJ that you're noticing the carpets are wet. I had the same thing here. And so what I did is I tore the carpet out, folded back the insulation on both sides. And then I started at the top and worked my way down. I removed all the trim pieces, and then I took a 2-quart container, iced tea container, filled that up with water, and then slowly poured it down inside the valleys of the windshield. You don't want to pour too much in because you don't want it to overrun this ledge and migrate down into here. You want to isolate this first. Go ahead and soak it down. You can use a hose, but a hose is a lot more difficult to control where the spray ends up. But do that, let it sit for 15 minutes and come out and check it. If you don't have anything, then work your way down right here where the cowl vent is, and go ahead and pour your water in down on that end and let it migrate towards this end, which is where it drains from mostly. Let it sit for the same amount of time and come out and see. Now, your vehicle may leak at various positions, so you may have to do this other than on the level. You might have to either jack it up or park it on a hill, depending on when you get your leaks and what position it's in. But if you do this and you don't have any leaks, now work your way down here to this seal. Okay, so what happens is when you have the hood opened or closed and it's raining, the water eventually works down to this seal. And this valley that they have to mount the seal in has 4 holes. I don't know, you probably can't see those. Drain holes mounted on the bottom. And when those drain, they come straight down the firewall and they end up running into the blower housing, which I guess was fine when it's new. But the problem with this Jeep was that the foam seal that they added at the factory is starting to break down. So what I did is I made a diverter right here by taking a piece of, oh dang God, my light won't turn off. Piece of this 1/2-inch seal. It's made by 3M, for door and window seals on vehicles. And I cut out a section on the top, so when that leaks down, it runs into this gutter and then over here to the side. Now that doesn't fix the problem, but it alleviates the moisture being there in the first place. Then I use the windshield glass sealant from Permatex. It's very thin, so it'll run into crevices. And then I just lightly brushed all of that foam all the way around. And when I finished that up, I let it set for 24 hours and no leaks. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to be your problem. You might be on the other side where you've got the same thing with your brake deboost valve, your steering column, your clutch mechanisms, the hood release, all this. The wire bundle coupling is right there. So you need to do the same thing on that side. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. You might have to remove the deboost valve to get at it. If you do have the problem here at the cowl, there is a diverter underneath the panel right here that the sealant fails on. The only thing you can do is cut this out to gain access to that area to reseal it. You'll have to build a plate to put back on here. I don't know. Just it's neater. It, bring back probably the original strength. But that's what I do. When I have to do it, which I will eventually, I'm going to cut this out, spot weld some tabs on the bottom, and then screw it back into place. So, like I said, my problem may not be your problem, but have a bright flashlight and having a flex borescope helps a lot to get into those tight areas up underneath the dash. That's how I found mine running out of the blower motor, was with this. So, thanks for coming.